Hi Big Tractor Power fans, this video comes to you from a western Kentucky field where a 420 engine horsepower John Deere 9420R articulated four-wheel drive tractor is working with a 60-foot wide 1775 NT 24-row 30-inch spaced corn planter. This big planting team is working with four other 9420R four-wheel drive tractors in 1775 NT 24-row planters, putting in a total of 11,000 acres of corn this spring on this western Kentucky farm. During the video, we're going to look at the production history, specifications, and price tag of this corn planting team, as well as climbing up in the cab of the tractor to visit with my friend Matt to talk with him what it's like working with this big equipment and putting in this many acres of corn. But first, let's head out to the field so that you can see and hear all this big farm machinery at work. John Deere manufactures corn planters in Moline, Illinois. The 1775 NT series is a popular seller for the company, offering three different models that will plant corn on 30-inch spacings. The three different configurations that can be ordered include a 30-foot wide 12-row model, a 40-foot wide 16-row model, and a 60-foot wide 24-row model that you see working in this video. The NT in the model designation of this planter stands for narrow transport. Whether you're running a 30-foot wide or a 60-foot wide model, each of these machines will fold up to a narrow 11 feet 5 inches for road transport. The 1775 NT series of corn planters were introduced for model year 2016 and remain current products in 2022. The model that you see running in this video is a 2021 planter, and according to JohnDeere.com, the list price for a base 24-row model planter in 2021 was $213,642. The Model 9420R articulated four-wheel drive tractor is part of John Deere's second generation of 9R series machines that included 6 different models ranging from 390 to 620 horsepower, manufactured at the company's tractor factory located in Waterloo, Iowa, from model year 2015 through model year 2021. The Model 9420R that you see working in this video is powered by a 13.5-liter John Deere PSS 6-cylinder 826 cubic inch diesel engine rated at 420 engine horsepower. The tractor offers 355 PTO horsepower and can achieve a maximum horsepower rating of 462 when the tractor needs additional power to work through tough field conditions. The 9420R is equipped with a John Deere E18 power shift transmission featuring 18 forward and 6 reverse speeds. The tractor can travel from 2.5 miles per hour all the way up to 25 miles per hour at road transport speed. It is fitted with a 310-gallon diesel fuel tank and a 22-gallon diesel emission fluid tank for clean engine solutions. When the tractor rolled off the assembly line in Waterloo, Iowa, it weighed in at 41,470 pounds, and it can be field weighted up to 48,700 pounds. This tractor's original list price when it was brand new in 2021 was $397,747. Before I jump up in the cab of the 9420R articulated four-wheel drive tractor's cab and visit with my friend Matt about his experience in planting this corn crop, let's take a look at the refill process on this tractor and corn planter. The tractor is equipped with two front-mounted chemical tanks that carry starter fertilizer that helps the corn seeds start to grow, and we'll also see the corn seed deposited in the two 50-bushel commodity tanks mounted on the planter. As the tractor and the planter go by, we can take a look at the conditions that the machine is planting into. This field was subsoiled 18 inches deep in the fall, anhydrous was applied in early March, and then the field was harrowed, and now they're planting corn. And it really doesn't look like this field had all the tillage on it. It's smoothed out. There's still a lot of residue here on the surface. You can see the winter wheat straw and soybean straw mixed together from the wheat harvest and double crop beans last year. And now the new corn crop's going in, and the planter is just working up these 30-inch rows, getting the seed about 2 inches down in there, but the rest of the residue and everything is still up here, and it almost looks like no-till conditions, even though all the compaction was broken up in this field the previous fall. Hey Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you today?
Good.
Long day, racing the rain.
Yeah. We had that situation the other day too. About the time it dries out, it rains again.
Well, hopefully it'll stick around once the corn comes up and pollinates. So I'm catching you here in the field as the sun's going down. I know a lot of people always wonder what kind of hours you put in per day, because even though it's starting to get dark, you still probably have a ways to go yet.
Yeah, we usually run till pretty late at night, 11 or 12 when we can. Try to get as much done as possible, especially if it's going to rain.
Sure.
You know, try to get all we can done. So,
what time do you start in the morning?
we all get to the shop around 7, and then get in the truck, come to the field, fuel up, service, all that stuff. So we start running usually about 8:30.
Okay.
Yep.
And what kind of acres do you cover with this tractor and planter setup a day? Or
I'm doing about 40 acres an hour. Depends on fields. Like this field here is super long and nice, so you can cover some ground. But
yeah, they're not my favorite kind of field to film in, because it's a lot of standing around waiting.
Yeah. They're not all like this though.
This looks like it's got to be over a mile long pasture.
Yeah, how long? It's definitely over a mile. It's a pretty good ways.
So we're in our, I guess, your third year with the 1775s. How do you like those?
This is my second year actually.
Okay, that's right. Because still had the blue one.
Yeah, yeah. 2 of them we got 3 years ago. So, but anyway, yeah, I like it. It's doing a good job. Yep. Everyone asks me why we don't have high-speed planters. It's a tough situation because we prefer to have more planters going a little slower than less planters going faster. Because if one breaks down, you're down. You know.
Right.
Or if one of these breaks down, it's usually pretty simple to fix. There's not a lot of electronic issues that can go wrong. Of course there is, but not as much as like an electric planter, you know. So that's our main reason. Plus we have a lot of rock, and
yeah, rocks
they
don't
do a lot of damage at 10 miles an hour.
I remember when the turbo tills first came out, that some farmers were upset they were breaking blades, and they're like, well, you hit something at 10 miles per hour, it's going to break.
Exactly. It'll break at 6 miles an hour, let alone 10.
So right now you're running right at 5.5 or a little over. You can see the speed here, and the farm has 5 of these 9420Rs and the 1775 NTs out here running. There's 3 just down the road, and
yeah, there's 2 of us in this field and 3 down the road. Yep.
Well, that'll cover a lot of ground in a day. We
can. There's no breakdowns or anything like that, and they just keep the corn and fertilizer to us. We can cover over 1,000 easy.
So what do you get? We've got is this 500 gallons tanks up here between the two?
600.
600. So two
300s.
Okay.
We're putting out 5 gallons to the acre, so we're getting over about 120 acres. We used to put 6 gallons, and they cut it back this year for some reason.
Okay.
We might next year not even mess with the starter, so we're kind of doing tests too, places with it, places without it, all that stuff.
So then you just rely on your anhydrous fertilizer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you get 120 acres on those tanks before refill.
Yep.
And then you've got a tractor out here that'll meet you if you need a refill rather than going back to the road.
Yeah, I just filled up a minute ago. He met me right here in the middle of the field. Came to me. Yep.
And how many acres do you get on the 100 bushel seed tanks? 250 bushels on the planter?
Yeah, we put in 250 unit boxes. Depends on population, of course. You can get over anywhere from 230 to 250.
Okay.
Depends on your seed population.
Well, that'll get the acres in.
Yeah. I wish it held more. Well, you can actually put a little more in there, but it's kind of hard to split a box half and half. So we just put one on each side and go.
Sure.
It's easier than messing around trying to split one.
Well, you guys have a good system, just using the forklift on the tractor and dumping it in there.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
So the controls on the tractor, you've got the E18 power shift here.
Yep.
And pretty easy to use, and
all the hydraulics are right here. Pretty simple.
And then you've got your GPS line there. And now what down here, it looks like it's a Google map, and you can see all the lines where the machinery is driven in.
That's an app called Field View Climate, or Climate Field View. It's just a way to collect data, field data.
Okay.
The John Deere does the same thing. It's just you can never have too much data.
Absolutely. Now what? I see that you've got some multicolored spots right where we're driving now. What does that indicate?
That's where I stopped to fill the fertilizer on the last pass, and I stopped and took off.
Well, it's always
like right there. I slowed down to go across a ditch, and it painted it dark green because it put out a little higher population when I slowed down.
We're coming up to the headland here, and we can see the tractor is running on the Starfire John Deere Precision technology, so it's totally hands-free. You've got your 60-foot planter back there, and this will help keep it on perfect 60-foot passes without the markers. Matt will put the marker down when he's doing the end rows to put one boundary out there. And
it's really the only time I use it.
See Matt's throttling back because we're on a pretty steep rise here. And when the tractor comes up here to the headland, we'll hear a beep to indicate it's time to turn around. So now Matt has it off the auto steer, and the tractor turns around. And now it's on auto steer, and we'll see each of the row units come back on here as well. So one thing that people often ask, why such a big tractor on this planter? You know, you could get away with an 8R, but right here is probably one of the reasons when you're going up this hill.
The last pass was steeper, but I actually had to downshift coming up that other hill. Then we got all that weight on the front of the fertilizer.
But this tractor can, you know, it's set up to carry that fertilizer, has the extra weight, and then, you know, the 8Rs wouldn't be as good on your grain carts, and this tractor does some heavy duty disking and subsoiling.
Yeah, that's true. We use these tractors more than any other model, really, so it just makes sense to have them on the planter.
Good visibility and good power to pull you through.
Yep.
So as we're working across this field, we can see Kenneth over there on the other planter.
Yep.
Are you able to is this tractor communicating with him as you're planning, or?
Yeah, it's we're sharing data. I can see where he's at and what he's doing.
So imagine that helps, especially if you get rained out here tonight, to see where you left off and where he left off.
Yeah. That and it, the section control works with either planter too. So where if he comes into where I planted, it'll shut his planter off and all that stuff. But it's really nice not having to guess and all that stuff.
So in addition to all this high-tech technology, you have a calculator on here too.
Yeah. Right there.
So that'll help you figure out your acres and
some handy tools. Yeah.
They thought of everything.
Of course, I got one on my phone too, but that's quicker.
Right.
Just push a button. There it is.
It's impressive technology and what it does.
Yep.
I talked to someone that ran one of the first 24-row planters here in the 70s, and someone had to sit on the back, watch, make sure all the chains were running.
Yeah, things were a lot simpler back then.
You get a lot more covered now.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I appreciate the ride along.
Absolutely.
It's always good to visit and get a chance to see this, and just got to see the new 9R cab.
Yeah, I saw your video there. I can't wait to.
Hopefully, you'll be riding a 9R 440 next time you're planting.
I hope so. Yep. I hope it's an RX.
That'd be even better. Yeah, they a little bit extra room and more creature comforts and function.
Yeah, those foot pegs will really come in handy.
Absolutely. I hope you've enjoyed spending some time out in the field hearing and seeing this big John Deere tractor and corn planter at work, as well as spending some time up in the cab of the 9420R articulated four-wheel drive tractor, visiting with Matt to learn about his perspective of planting corn. I'd like to hear in the comment section below this video what tractor and implement you're running on your farming operation this spring to seed new crops, whether it's row crops like corn and soybeans or small grains. If you've enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there's over 2,000 videos of farm machines in action. If you would like to see additional corn planting content from this channel, continue to watch the video for a few more seconds to the end screen for direct links to more Big Tractor Power YouTube videos. As always, thank you for watching.